right, listeners, so picture this. You stroll into work one morning, and there's this new coworker. Never sleeps, drinks way too much coffee, and cranks out work like you wouldn't believe.
And we're not talking about the Roomba making a power grab in the kitchen or anything.
Not a rogue Roomba situation.
No. This is AI that can, strategize, learn how to do things, even execute complex tasks using all the same tools we do.
So less hasta la vista, baby, and more like, hey, scoot over. This might take a while to explain.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it this way. Remember when AI was basically a one-trick pony?
You mean like really good at a very specific thing?
Right, like playing chess, maybe, or telling you what to watch next on Netflix. But ask it to, like, boil water, forget it. Couldn't even boil an egg, much less steal your job.
It's like those customer service chatbots.
Exactly.
They just keep throwing those pre-written responses at you.
Hoping something sticks. But things changed. Big time. And this is where those large language models come in, the tech behind things like ChatGPT. Those models let AI process information kind of like people do, generalizing, instead of being stuck on one thing.
So AI went from specialist to applying for your job. Like, that escalated quickly.
Basically, yeah. And this is where those AI agents come in. Basically the ambitious little sibling of all those chatbots we were just talking about. But these guys, they're built to be autonomous. They can handle a task from start to finish with almost no help from us.
Whoa, hold up a sec. We went from chatbots to agents awfully fast.
Sure.
What even makes an AI an agent, and should we be worried?
Well, think of it this way. An agent, it implies agency, like the ability to make its own choices, decisions. It can strategize, make a plan, and actually carry it out.
So like that IBM thing a while back, where the AI planned out this whole vacation.
Exactly. That's an agent in action. Although, kind of a simple one. It took this goal, planning the trip, and broke it down. Smaller steps. Figured out which tools to use, databases for flights, places to stay, weather apps, even a calculator for the exchange rate. And then it used them, just like a person would.
But without needing one of those suitcases full of travel books.
Right.
Okay. I'm starting to see what you mean. But vacation planning, that's one thing. How's this work in the real world? The one where we have jobs, bills to pay. Are these AI agents actually doing stuff like that now?
Oh, they're already here. Maybe not, taking over every job just yet.
Yeah.
But they're making their presence known, that's for sure. Look at Microsoft's Copilot, the one for Excel.
Okay.
It can analyze those spreadsheets, pull out insights, even generate reports based on super simple prompts, things that used to take a whole team of analysts to do.
So instead of needing to master all those crazy Excel formulas,
right,
you just tell this Copilot thing what you want to know.
Yep.
And boom, instant analysis.
Exactly. And there are tons of other examples too. Shopify's got this AI assistant now. It can build a whole website just based on descriptions you give it. Imagine that.
Wow.
You're an entrepreneur, you've got this idea, and you don't even need to hire a web developer.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
Totally.
But how does it even work? How does AI know how to use our tools like that? It's like they speak a whole different language.
It's all code.
Code.
Think about it. Everything we do on our computers, emails, streaming, movies, whatever, it's just code running in the background.
Right.
And guess what? AI's gotten really good at reading, writing, even understanding code.
So you're telling me these AI agents, they're basically digital puppet masters.
Kind of.
Pulling the strings of our software with all this coding magic.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And also kind of terrifying.
It is. And what's even cooler is they're not just following a script, pre-programmed rules. These agents can learn as they go.
Yeah.
Adapt based on what's happening, just like a person would.
Okay, my head's officially spinning.
Yeah.
We've got these AI agents. They can strategize, use our digital tools, even write their own code, apparently. But how does that translate to coming for our jobs? What does that actually look like?
Okay, so think of it this way. Say you're a marketing manager, right?
Yeah.
In the past, you might have hired a whole team to handle different things. Analyze data, make those reports, design social media stuff, maybe even write some marketing copy.
Right, a whole squad of specialists.
Each one with their own little zone, their area of expertise.
Yeah.
Now imagine one AI agent that can do all of that.
Yeah.
Based on, your overall strategy and goals. It crunches the numbers, picks out the trends, writes up some catchy ad copy, even schedules everything to go out at the best possible time, all while you focus on the bigger picture.
So instead of getting bogged down in the day-to-day,
Yeah.
I can spend more time on strategy.
Yeah.
The big picture, brainstorming. I mean, yeah, that does sound appealing. But wouldn't that mean all those marketing specialists, they'd be out of a job?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And yes, some jobs, especially the ones that are, kind of repetitive, they're definitely at risk. But history's shown us something interesting. Whenever there's some big tech shift, it's not just about jobs disappearing. New opportunities pop up too.
So it's not just robots taking over and everyone panicking.
Not quite. It's more like shuffling the deck, I guess. Think about the internet way back when suddenly everyone needed web developers, SEO specialists. What even is SEO?
Right.
And then social media managers. Those jobs didn't even exist before.
Okay, yeah. Point taken. So some jobs go away, but others take their place.
Like an ecosystem, right? It adapts to this new
Yeah.
species.
And the key to surviving in this new AI jungle
Right.
is adaptation.
Exactly.
So we need to adapt, I get it.
Yeah.
But not everyone's going to become like an AI whisperer overnight.
Right. What about the people who are, understandably a little freaked out by all this? The ones who aren't exactly excited to adapt? It's a fair point. And honestly, we should be talking about this more. Because, yeah, AI, this whole AI thing, it could be amazing, really beneficial, but there's also a chance it could make existing inequalities even worse.
So some people are riding this AI wave into the future,
Right.
while others are just struggling to stay afloat.
It could happen.
Not exactly a recipe for a happy society.
And listen, it's not a done deal. It doesn't have to be like that. We've got a real chance here to figure out how we want this tech to develop, to make sure everybody benefits, not just a select few.
So less every man for himself and more like, let's figure this brave new world out together.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we actually do that?
It starts with education and training.
Yeah.
And not just for, kids just getting into the workforce. We need to make lifelong learning a thing, make it a priority, offer programs that are actually accessible, affordable,
Right.
that help people upskill, retrain, adapt to how things are changing.
Making sure everyone has the tools to stay relevant, no matter what their background is
Like-
or what they know how to do right now.
Exactly. Some folks are even talking about things like universal basic income,
Oh, interesting.
which, it could provide a safety net for people whose jobs get, displaced.
Automated out of existence.
Yeah. Give them some breathing room to figure out their next move. Retrain for something new.
Interesting. So instead of trying to beat the machines, we build a system that acknowledges things are different now, and it provides some basic security.
It's one idea, at least. Of course, it comes with its own baggage,
Sure.
But the point is, this isn't just a tech issue. It's about society as a whole, our values. Like, what do we even want the future to look like?
We've talked about what we can do, but what about what we need to be asking? The big important questions. As we're entering this whole new AI era, what should we be thinking about?
Well, for starters, we need to be having some serious conversations about ethics.
Ethical AI.
Yeah, about data. Keeping it private, keeping it secure. And about bias. The potential for these AI systems to be, built with biases baked right in. We need to get really clear on what we want from this technology.
Right.
The trade-offs. What are we willing to give up? And what kind of future are we even building here?
It's not just about building smarter AI.
Nope.
It's about building a smarter world, a fairer world, a world that puts humans first, alongside AI.
100%. And that takes all of us.
So listener, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. AI agents, what they can do,
Yeah.
what might happen to our jobs, and the really big questions we need to be asking ourselves as a society.
And honestly, this is just the beginning. A whole AI world, it's changing so fast. And it's up to all of us to keep learning, stay curious, and help shape this technology for the better.
Because the future isn't something that just happens to us, is it?
Right.
It's something we make.
I like that.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But we hope this is giving you plenty to think about, as we all try to figure out this crazy, exciting new world together.
Until next time, stay curious.